Stripe says, Mom, I'm working on trusting you. I did pat his head, but he's still intentionally keeping his back pointed away from me, and I've not got in a belly rub lately, which I have gotten in before. Poor guy. Still traumatized from the vet a bit. Stripe's at my feet. He slept in the garage last night over by the freezer on the cat bed. The one on the floor, not the tree. And our buddy Tux, he's up here this morning. I'll move him. He doesn't stay up there very long. I set it down so I have time to get the other food over to the bricks, and then I relocate him. You know, I'm always changing my technique, whatever works best. Hi, pretty boy. Hi. Hi, pretty boy. Hey. Hey. We're up just a few minutes early, so I have a little extra time on the road to get Johnny downtown for the ACT, the real ACT this morning.
Yeah, this is not a practice.
This is going to get sent to colleges, although he has the option to retake it, and some colleges aren't asking for it anymore.
Why?
But he sent it to NC State and UNC Charlotte and ECU, and MIT is his stretch goal. They'll send it for free.
Yeah.
They'll send it for free this time, so.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we all got to have a stretch.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'll be dropping Johnny off at the high school campus this morning, which is just about a mile west of St. Augustine's. And he'll take the ACT, and then he'll get back over to St. Augustine's, where I'm pick him up at normal time. We all wish him luck today, I'm sure.
So today, in 1893, Nikola Tesla demonstrated radio by transmitting wirelessly in St. Louis in front of the National Electric Light Association.
So does this mean he had the Tesla coil?
Yeah, that's right. That would be a Tesla coil, I think.
So wireless transmission of electricity.
No. Radio.
Radio waves.
Yeah,
Okay.
electromagnetic, yeah. In other words, you have to understand, wireless radio was a new thing back in 1893.
Okay.
And people hadn't seen it, so apparently he set up some kind of demonstration for them.
Neat. Made the paper today.
Yeah.
Come on, Stripey. Good boy. Good boy. Don forgot to read his meters. It's the first of the month, so I think he's under the house over here. Yeah, the door's ajar. He's got to use a bungee cord. If he leaves the door open, the cats go under, and then it's a mess. He's got a system now, though. Good morning, Ruby. You became very popular. All the cats rushed the door down there. Gray was trying to get in. Stripe was on his way over.
That's good. I'm like the light.
Yeah. I told him you had to use the bungee cord to keep the cats out.
Yes,
I have
a system now.
It would be one thing if they would just follow him in and follow him right back out, but oh no. And then they get in a fight down there, and it's a mess.
It causes a problem.
Well, Ruby says we're on time to get to SAU at 7:10, and of course the other school is just a smidge closer, so we should be doing good. They have to be in the door by 7:30, but a few extra minutes to get where you're supposed to be and catch your breath is a good idea before they start test administration. I don't know exactly how the high school gets to administer the ACT at their school and in the middle of the week, because you know, when I was coming up, and I think other kids too, they have to, for at least for the SAT, they have to go to a specific test site, and it's usually on a Saturday, but this is quite convenient for us, so we were not charged a fee for this particular test, although obviously we would have paid it. No one was, not just us. And yeah, so it's quite convenient. I know lots of tests that certain kids needed that were headed off to college last year and the year before. COVID really messed them up in getting tested, and then I guess a bunch of schools said they weren't going to require the test either going forward or for a year or two, because the kids couldn't get to the test, and we'll see. But today it's quite convenient. Well, it's just now 7 a.m. so we're doing good. Ruby says it's 36 out there. We're supposed to warm up into the 50s today. Alright, dropped off. I am headed home. Maybe I'll stop at the Goodberry's parking lot and stretch for a minute. St. Monica's in the wrong direction. It's just not convenient to go over there this morning. Alright, I'm here at the Goodberry's. I caught my first Pokemon of the day, and it was a shiny Executor. I was very excited about that. First one. I noticed the videos were looking a little blue this morning, and somehow white balance got changed to fluorescent light. I have no idea how that happened or when that happened or anything, but I fixed it now. It took me a bit to figure out what was going on. So today's the first of the month, and I realized that we did not schedule Tuesdays in March with the chiropractor. So I just called, and they could get me in today, but it would conflict with picking up Johnny. And so what we did is we just scheduled Tuesdays for all the rest of the Tuesdays in March. So not going to the chiropractor today. Probably what I'm gonna do is move my guardian angel Apex until tomorrow, because I have to be in Cary for a dentist appointment anyway, and I should have time after, but I might try to go before. And then I might skip Whole Foods this week and just run into Harris Teeter for a few things. I don't need that much. I think I could make do 1 week of not going to Whole Foods. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I think I'm gonna change up my plans today and just do stuff at the house. But subject to change. We'll see how I feel after our morning walk. I just love this forsythia. It's so pretty. Don's morning's off to a busy start with work, but we're squeezing in our walk anyway.
That's right.
Get you a little stress relief before you gotta go back to it. Oh, that blue sky looks so pretty.
Yeah,
the curving path. We won't, you know, pay too much attention to the dead tall Leland cypress on the other side of the road. Those are fickle trees to keep alive for a sustained period of time. They get some sort of blight and die. So Don and I so far have talked about how do you get valid news in 2022 that's really accurate, what you want to see, and not behind a paywall. Now that doesn't mean that we were trying to say that we're not willing to pay for news, but like I recently tried Apple News. There's a beautiful bluebird, and I ended up unsubscribing after 2 months because I'm still getting all these behind a paywall notices. So what good is it if I pay Apple News their premium, which is a lot, by the way, to get news? I don't need them to select these deep embedded, you know, articles from not mainstream news sources. I just want access to, you know, the mainstream stuff under a bundle, and it wasn't working for me, so I canceled it. And Don was saying that his Google News that he tends to read on his phone at night, because he's got Android, yeah, everything's behind a paywall, and it's very frustrating, and it's all, you got to click multiple times to see the article or the clickbait title, and then the thing you really wanted to know is in paragraph 55. And so he's pretty frustrated with his Google News feed, and I'm frustrated with my Apple News feed for the same reasons and the paywall stuff. So I told him I also read Facebook News, and I don't think I get paywalled over there. And I also get the ability to hide crap I don't want to see. So there will never be a Forbes article that will show up in my news feed over there. And I'm getting Teslarati Inside EVs, Green Car Report, something like that, because they figured out that I like EV news, which is true. And, you know, this whole thing of, well, I scroll through it and I read 2 articles out of 50, though, because the clickbait headlines are telling me everything I need to know, probably means, you know, it's I don't know, not that great. So I don't know. It's very hard to get accurate news right now. This all started this morning when, I'll let you grab that trash. It all started this morning when Don was reading an article by Niall Ferguson. If you don't know who he is, look him up. And he tried to click through to an article that Niall referenced, and I guess it was on a Russian headed page, and Google denied him access because of these actions in the Ukraine, as best as I can tell. Apparently RT and Sputnik, all of the major social media are banning access to, are trying to prevent those guys from spreading disinformation. I think that's probably reasonable. Of course, it's you know, these blanket things that some AI blocks versus a human being deciding, you know, I think in this case, you know, that article Don wanted to read, been out there a long time, has nothing to do with Ukraine. It's not current propaganda. If it is propaganda, and well, why can't he have access to that? And then on the other hand, is we're trying to protect people from tying over into Ukraine. So anything that might be used as propaganda against the civilians or the government over there, then they got to block it. But anyway, that's how we get into these things. It was sort of complicated. One thing led to another.
Yep.
Yeah, we just want a news feed that has like legitimate news. Pay a small fee, not paywalled. And Don says he's loath to admit it, but at least in New York Times, when he reads over there, they have a 1 or 2 line summary at the top, and then you can decide if it's actually worth reading the details of it. They kind of like Dr. Campbell. They sort of he summarizes at the beginning of his video his CV-19 topic for the day and says, I'd appreciate it if you'd listen to the details, but if you just one of those people that just needs the glancing blow, here are your headlines for today. Yeah, takeaways he calls them. Yeah. We want more news reporting like that. So we did watch Solving the Money Problem yesterday, Stephen Mark Ryan, and we watch him on a regular basis.
It was from Sunday that we were 2 days behind.
Okay. Yeah, well, we're always maybe a little bit. But if you have never watched him, you probably don't want to go watch this episode. And if you're sensitive to language, he's not for you. Yeah. But Jack liked him. I think that's where Don
actually found it from Jack.
Him when Jack Ricard said, go, from EVTV, said, go watch this guy. And while I may not watch every minute of every YouTube Don watches, I am all the time listening, even while I'm cooking dinner and doing other things. So I pick up probably 80%. But anyway, if you regularly watch him but didn't watch that episode, you should go watch it. Yeah. And I think the thing Don and I have said before, that we support, we're pro-nuclear. We're not afraid that Sharon Harris is 10 miles. We're inside the inclusion zone, and we're kind of disappointed that all the regulations prevented them from
moving forward with reactors.
Adding another reactor. I think it was 3, but they've skipped, you know, the
probably never going to happen.
Yeah, Fukushima basically blew out of the water any additional expansion. Yeah. And so I'll just leave it there, but go watch. If you missed that one, go watch it, because I think I'll go out on a limb and I'll say I think he made some good points. It's certainly, I like to listen to stuff that makes me question what I think about things, not just somebody that parrot backs everything that I think I already know about everything. That makes me feel good about my decisions. I want both sides as best as I can stomach it, so I can keep on refining my opinion. Yeah. And I'll just leave it there before I really get myself in trouble. And notice I didn't let Don talk about it, because then he probably really would have gotten himself in trouble.
Yeah, she will change her mind rarely, but she will. She can change.
I can?
Yeah.
Well, it's 12:15 and I'm in the car early to go get Johnny. He texted me that he does not have his last/afternoon class, and could I please come get him? Which of course I said yes, even though I was in the middle of some things, and it would have been nice to have known yesterday that they were getting out early today, but okay. Oh, the mom-mobile is back in motion. I guess earlier down there means earlier back here. We'll have a little longer break before time to go to Taekwondo tonight. It's gorgeous. Ruby says it's 59. I wouldn't doubt it. 60. 59 and climbing. Now that I'm out of the garage. I'm home.
Yes, you are.
You came out to see me.
Yeah, that's right. It's nice sunshine, but also Ruby sent me a message that says her cord wasn't plugged in correctly.
I did plug her in though.
Yeah, you did.
I would have seen it eventually, but
Yeah.
thanks for fixing it for me.
Yeah, she said that, and I went in there and she was orange.
Yeah.
So I just pushed it a little
Guess
bit.
I'm guilty of being a little fat. Well, my hands were
Oh,
full.
well, sure, I understand. That's the one thing about the auto-presenting doors. It works really good when you walk up to the car. But if you have to unplug, you know, it's a lot of...
Right, it doesn't help with plugging, but it does help with the door end in both directions.
That's right.
Johnny's going to do Taekwondo tomorrow night instead of tonight because tomorrow's the calculus test.
Oh, okay. Well, how did his ACT thing go?
You know, he's worried.
Oh, yeah. Well, sure.
We all would be
We'll all
worried
be
about our
worried.
score,
Yes,
and it'll
that's-
be 3 to 8 weeks before he knows how he did.
Yes.
I told him to expect 8. You know, really, it seems to take forever, so.
Yeah, I understand.
Only problem I've got is I planned to go to Harris Teeter while he was at Taekwondo, and now I'm not going to have any cream for my coffee tomorrow morning unless I go back out.
Oh, okay.
So, we'll see.
Yeah, I understand.
Stripey, come here. Come here, buddy. Stripey. Wow. Hi. You could have attention if you come here. He was up beside me, but then Don came past and he moved out. Now Marty's just come and put his body down. Bet that sunshine, that warm asphalt feels good today. It's 65 out here and the sky couldn't be any more blue and pretty. Hey, Mart. I have a disaster in progress. Sorting Legos, trying to get organized for the project I'm working on and for things coming up and things I brought home, and I'll have it packed up in a few minutes. It's 5:20. Don's outside washing Jules and Ruby. But for right now, it's a little turmoil in the Lego land. You know, I checked on him today, and I don't see an abscess. It's got a couple of scabs, but he slept a little more than normal. Have to continue to keep an eye on him. Now, like I said, Don's out here being very efficient, washing both cars at the same time while he's got his equipment out, and it's such a gorgeous day. He's got on his new outfit. I told him not to get it dirty. He said, but it's my work clothes. I'm like, don't get it dirty. Well, I don't care if it gets wet. You know what I mean. Jelly bean. Wow, Ruby was getting some hand washing.
Finisher, actually. I haven't done the wheels or the bottom, but I've done the paint.
This is me showing moral support in between cooking bacon, getting cheese stuffed chicken breast ready, and trying to get it to where the house doesn't look like a Lego explosion happened.